Welcome back to the channel. Today we are tackling the cinematic color grading process for RE footage in Davinci Resolve. Our goal is to achieve a cold, saturated look that brings out a dramatic and intense mood in our scenes. In this tutorial, I'm using the Dehancer Pro plugin to enhance the filmic qualities of our footage. Dehancer Pro is fantastic for emulating different film stocks and adding a rich, textured layer to digital footage. However, if you don't have Dehancer, do not worry. You can check out my other tutorials on Davinci Resolve's native tools by clicking the link in the top right corner. Let's dive in. Let's start by going over our project settings as usual. Here you can see the native resolution of our footage, which we upscaled to 4K resolution. To enhance the cinematic feel, we added bars on the top and bottom, giving it that widescreen aspect. Now let's quickly dive into the color settings. We are working with a CST workflow, so I set the project to Davinci YRGB for color management. Our timeline color space is Davinci Intermediate, and for our output we'll use Reg 709 Gamma 2.4, ensuring that our colors look correct on standard displays. Now let's take a look at our color node setup. I have already created our input and output CST nodes right here. We transition from the camera source, which in this case is RE, to Davinci Intermediate for our timeline. This ensures that our footage maintains the highest possible color fidelity during grading. From Davinci Intermediate, we then convert to Reg 709 for our output. If you've been following my other tutorials, these settings should be familiar, but it's always good to revisit the fundamentals to ensure everything is set up perfectly for high quality color grading. Okay, now as you can see from the original footage on screen, there is a prominent blue tint affecting the overall color. This cool tone can sometimes overpower subtler hues and details, particularly in skin tones, which are crucial for the emotional impact of our scenes. Let's start by balancing these colors using the HDR global wheel to ensure our talent's skin tone looks natural and consistent. This will remove the excessive blue, aiming to bring back warmth into the face. I think this is looking good. Let's toggle it on and off to see the difference. Great. Next, we're going to focus on adjusting the contrast. Remember, contrast isn't just about making the darks darker or the lights lighter. It's about defining the visual depth and dimension of our image. By enhancing contrast, we create a more dynamic range in the image, which helps to separate our subject from the background. And also give that three-dimensional feel that is so characteristic of film. See how our scene starts to pop, bringing that cinematic quality to life right before our eyes. Way more cinematic already. Now that we have a solid foundation with our balanced colors and adjusted contrast, let's really hone in on achieving the cold cinematic look we are aiming for. Let me first add a few nodes to our node tree first. Next, I'll add two parallel nodes. In the first parallel node, I'm going to use Dehancer Pro to bring two major enhancements to our footage. First, let's disable the default settings and set it to high quality mode. Then I'll apply the Codec 2383 print film emulation. This particular film print is renowned for its beautiful cinematic texture and color rendition, giving us that sought-after film-like quality. Then I will select a film profile within Dehancer that complements our cold look. I will go for a Fuji profile, which will help us enhance the cinematic texture, adding depth and richness to the image that mimics classic cinematic film stocks. Let's toggle on and off again. Beautiful. If you like the look we've achieved so far, you can definitely leave it as is. However, I want to delve a bit deeper and test out the film look creator to see how it blends with Dehancer's profiles. Today, instead of starting from a clean slate, I'll use one of the preset settings, the 65mm. I'm particularly fond of the texture it adds to the image, enhancing its cinematic quality. But to push the cinematic feel even further, we may add a slight bleach bypass effect. I like this technique as it is great for achieving a stark, contrasty look that is often seen in high-end cinema. Now, let's see the difference. As you can see, this one gives a more contrasty image, which you might prefer for a more dramatic effect. Now that we've established our cinematic look, let's refine it further. When I examined the image, I noticed that the left side is quite bright, which can distract from our main subject. To ensure our talent's face really pops and becomes the focal point, I'm going to apply a gradient mask to subtly lower the exposure on the left side. Now, this adjustment not only helps in directing the viewer's attention where we want it, but also enhances the three-dimensional feel of our shot. Let's see the difference. Yes, looking better. As a final touch, I want to focus on enhancing the skin tones. I think here increasing the skin color density using the color slice tool will bring warmth and life to our talent's face, making the character more relatable and visually striking. I love it. And there it is, a cold, saturated cinematic color grade that brings out a dramatic, intense look in our footage. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and that you're inspired to experiment with these techniques in your own projects. If you enjoyed this walkthrough and would like to see more, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about our latest videos. Also, if you have any questions or would like to share your own color grading experiences, leave a comment below. I'll see you in the next one.